I'm out live.
Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Live.
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Mekar Kodash, double honors to the apostle and the elders, the rule well, blessings and station to the Akim, who pushes his word in sincerity and in truth, around four corners of the earth. Hey, this is Brother Gunn and
Brother Yahweh, Brother Barak.
Brother Barah, right?
Shalom.
Let's come out to our lesson. So, edify the whole elect, right? And, right now, hey, Canada is very good to check out, words, meaning of words, go deep down into these words. Because, hey, Esau, what the scripture say, Esau is a very fucking sneaky man, Esau out there to oppress we people. Hey, it's like Esau, set up his system, hey, just to keep the people down. Understand? So, hey, copies,
I have a preacher
3
here.
and
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Though the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh had made, and which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had power said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
run. Like, hey, you're supposed to be eating from all the fruit, hey. So, like, you're supposed to be, hey, like, there's order. The most like your commandment, hey. So you guide the step because the law was given to we, right? But this topic right now we deal with racism because we check it out. Hey, Esau, they put racism like if it's such a big bad thing, like you walk out in the street and they say, hey, you racist boy. They put it in this kind of way. You see
You
me there?
can, yeah, can.
Huh?
I got the beautifully word subtitle.
Can.
If you ask?
No, I got the beautifully word subtitle. Yeah, the word subtitle about just reading Genesis 3 and 1.
Yeah, can.
It's a room, Strong's 866175. It's a subtitle, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty. Right? And there's all this so-called white man who be cunning, Very cunning and tricky.
Can.
So you will demonize it, you can demonize certain word just so you don't get the understanding.
Can. Yet still he doing the same thing that he demonized.
Yeah.
He doing the same thing that he demonized.
There's the man spirit. The man spirit is all about confusion. There's the man spirit right there. Got quick one here for you too. This Deuteronomy 28 and 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And that's why up to this day, Jake's simple John 3:16, you tell them the world is not everybody, still can't understand it because what English language is this man tongue.
Hey, can.
You understand? So they can't understand these words up to this day. They're simple to these words. You understand? The idiotic racism.
I'll show you. This Esau just, hey, Esau language, hey, how Esau to speak or how Esau set up his language to speak or his system there. Hey, Jake can't get it. That's simple. Like what Ark now say. Exactly, because Esau is hide words within words, and words within words, you understand? So, hey, this man sly. As what act now really act. So we back at scripture there. What?
Genesis chapter 3. That one or the one that you have that read?
Nah, the one that you have that read.
Go ahead, Yahweh.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. He said, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Hey, can't. But the so-called white man tongue, hey, they ain't understand it. So we people don't understand, right? Because of, hey, the white man, it's sly, sneaky, you know? Very sly, so hey, that's why the scripture call you a snake. It's right, man. That's why the scripture call Esau a snake.
Yeah.
You know that snake? Well, you don't know if you walk in a bush, right? A snake is that thing there with me, hey, all wind up in the car, just creeping up for fucking, for bite you.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, this is why you gotta watch out for Esau.
Yeah, but see, Israel's simple too. Because they're telling this, we know the serpent is a snake. That mean, is a man have a character of a snake? You
Can't.
understand? There's his spirit, there's his character. That's why you see he will demonize certain words. You understand?
Can't.
You
Hey,
put certain words because Israel don't like to dig. They gullible, they believe everything this so-called white man said, they would swallow everything that he say.
can't.
A few synonyms to the word snake is what good for nothing, right?
Ooh,
Riff raff, scoundrel, right? Scoundrel, right? And a wretch. Those are some synonyms for what a snake,
God.
right?
That
can't.
snake have a character.
Good for nothing.
Yeah, it's our let's call it parabolic talk. You
Can't.
understand? He said, I think the word scoundrel, but I can't remember to go back to the word scoundrel, go back to something. Either treacherous or malicious person, I think. No, I'm not too sure.
I'll pull it
God.
up. Hey, another word is weasel. I'll pull it up. Yeah, because what the serpent said, the serpent said, to Eve, you shall not surely die.
Yeah.
Hey, can't. Can't.
The word scoundrel, it says, a bad news, black sheep, a cheat, a creep, a crook, a dastard, good for nothing, incor, I pronounce that word, a low life, a maggot, a mischief maker, a miscreant, a rascal, a reprobate, a scalwag,
Ooh,
a vagabond, a wretch, a villain,
a vagabond.
a vagabond, that's Esau himself,
Can.
Can't.
an unprincipled, dishonorable person, a
Can.
villain, mean or base in
Right,
nature,
Esau,
villainous,
man.
unprincipled,
Hey,
dishonorable.
shall
Yeah, yeah, I can hear him.
can't. Nah. Hang on, say it ain't responding now, so. I wanna phone. They still hear me.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's a man, there's Esau's spirit.
and going back to the forefather Cain, right? Going back to the forefather Cain because these words, they they identify with a certain man. Right? So this is Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I thy brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield. And this is what we see in the famine, the drought. Besides that, the Most High tearing them the farmlands with what? With fire and hail, and the land not producing because they're not following the land Sabbaths. So the curse upon them. Remember the scripture. In the same scripture, you're going to realize that Cain is the son of the curse, and in his reincarnation is Esau, the same spirit. Right? It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee for strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. Right? Fugitive and a vagabond. It says, and Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond. Right? A fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Right? Going on, it says, verse 15, and the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Right? And that mark was what? Yeah, was a distinguishing mark or what?
Okay.
Right? That was the distinguishing mark, and that mark came back that mark came visible when he came as who? As Esau.
God.
Right? Because he's still in that what? Villainous, going back to the description of what? Scoundrel, an unprincipled, dishonorable person and villain. Because what? He slew his brother because he kept the oral commandment. He get a righteous blessing. Right? And Cain disobeyed and gave an unrighteous not blessing but offering. And he wasn't found what? He wasn't accepted. Right? So what? He killed his brother. So he was dishonorable, and he was unprincipled, and he was a villain. He was mean, he was base in nature, he was villainous. Right?
Man, just out there, man. God, the man know the love. Isaac teaching that. So like Adam teach him that. But you just want to do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same spirit these people have today. They got the records. They know what they gotta do. They got the records run to them, but they're doing the opposite.
John. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 9. Whosoever is born of the Most High will not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of the Most High. In this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Right? So it's a manifestation, it's a recognition of who is who. It says, whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither is he that loveth not his brother. It says, for this message that he heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, who was of the wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brothers righteous. Right? Okay, let's continue for a little bit. Let me see if I can bring back anybody.
Yeah. This is Job 13:4. He said, but ye are fathers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. You understand? So the so-called white man was demonize the truth. Right? Like the word racism, he make the word sound like it's an evil word. It's to hide his behavior. You understand? He don't want these people to understand what racism really means. So we demonize the word and say, hey, you're not supposed to be racist, you're supposed to love everybody. But that's not true. You're supposed to be racist. Look at the animals. They are racist. There's nothing wrong being racist. Nothing wrong preferring your race before any other race. Nothing wrong with that. You understand? But when you so-called white man, we demonize the word to make you feel guilty of yourself so you could join with these heathen and be destroyed. Because these are your heathens. These heathens is your enemy. And Jakes don't know the enemy. Two-thirds of Jakes do not know the enemy. You understand? They do not know the enemy. They're supposed to be racist because why Yahweh Shai, they are racist.
All these other nations are racist.
Yeah.
All these other nations are clearly racist. They're clearly racist. We scattered amongst these nations and we see. Because these nations click to themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Truly, amongst the Chinese immigrants that we are around, the Chinese don't hang out with the Africans, the Hamites. They don't hang out with the Israelites. They don't hang out with the Edomites. They will do their business, but they won't hang out. They won't socialize because they're racist. Right? They keep their culture. They don't eat what the Assyrians eat. They don't sell what the Assyrians sell. They sell their own food, their own way of doing things, their own poison, right? And they don't even eat what they sell to drink, right?
I read this here and show you that hey, racism is not a bad word. Let me read this here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 14. It said, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for thy salvation. So, hey, it's true, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you get salvation. You understand? Stop following these reprobate in Israel. Right? Verse 15. Huh?
Hey, Slacky about that just somebody. The whole phone just freeze now.
Yeah, now there's no them gadget. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 15. He said, every beast loveth his kind, and every man loveth his neighbor. So every beast loveth his kind. That's racist right there. They prefer their kind above any other kind. So there's racism right there. You understand? He said, what fellowship had the wolf with the lamb? So what fellowship the wolf with the lamb? The lamb know if he go around the wolf, he can be fucked up. You can tear him up.
God.
So there's racism. We're not going around them. We stick it to our flock. You understand? The animals know how to live. They don't mix. You don't see a wolf going to breed a sheep, or a sheep going to breed. You don't see the madness. That's racism, right? He said, every beast loveth his kind, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorted according to his kind, and a man will cleave to his like, and a man will cleave to his like. So the word racism is not a bad word, but the so-called white man demonize it. And these simple niggas in Israel, they don't know to research words or look up words, so that they're talking about, hey, we're not supposed to be racist, and hate is not biblical. You Israel spiritually retarded. You understand? So how you gonna love your enemy? Your enemy have no love for you.
The enemy had none at all for them, Mark.
And basically, the Most High was racist. The Most High is racist. So how you can fight against the Most High? It says Leviticus 20 and 24. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your power, which have separated you from another people.
Hey, Khan, that is straight there. You know, that like, hey, that is a favoritism.
says verse 26, and
Uh-huh.
he shall be holy unto me, for I, Yahweh, am holy, and I have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. Right? It says Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 55. Outside of 54. And after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So that's not really that's a simple thing really and truly to understand.
Done.
And truly, Adam, they had other nations in the world at the time, but in the Garden of Eden, eastward in Eden, right? There was Adam. He made Adam. And then you read later on in Genesis 5, there was the Adamites, right? But through the line of Adam came what? Came Noah. And Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. But besides Noah, his wife, their three sons and their 3 wives, which is 8 souls, right? Everybody else was destroyed. Man, beast, you know, everybody else that was on the earth, except for the what? The 2 and 2 of each and every creature that was on the ark, right? The other nations that were destroyed, right?
Done.
But these other nations, their spirit came back in in regeneration or reincarnation to the loins of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They had lineages that came out from them. And the spirits that were there before, they came through those lineages. Right? So that's how we come from all Adam. But that doesn't mean that we are all the same. We have different spirits, different vibration. And the vibration of the righteous man comes through the vibration of who? Shem.
Done.
But not all Shem, but Shem had who? Abraham. They had Isaac and they had Jacob. And Jacob named us into what? Israel. Right? So Israel, the children of Israel are the Lord's favorite people. They're his chosen people. They are his elected people. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sakes. That's what? That's separatism. Favoritism. Right? This is not hard to conceive. It says,
No?
as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So you have 1,000-gallon tank and 1 drop fall. It's insignificant. Right? And that represents these other nations.
Done.
Right? It says, and now, O Yahweh, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Right? But that's because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. That was one of the pre-described curses that will fall upon us. Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Harakah, Kodash, Barakatan, becoming word, brother Yahweh. Right? These heathen, they are nothing. And they have surpassed us. And we have come down very low because of the curses. Right? But the election of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, we are woken. And we are, and through being the firstborn of the Spirit, those curses have been reversed because what? The scripture says the wages of sin is death. And that's why we die. That's why we die. Because we break the law, statutes, and commandments. So we commit sin. So we die. But the elect, the chosen of the Most High, right? They walk circumspectly concerning the Most High. Right? And the curses, they're slowly but surely, they're not being totally lifted off. Because we're still in Esau's kingdom. Right? We're still underneath bondage. But that part is going to be reversed when Yahweh shall come and deliver his saints. Right? Go ahead, Salaki, the brother on the coming word in that scripture, he said, Sirach, chapter 37, verse 28. For all these things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. And so these two-thirds, it doesn't profit them. So actually, Salaki, the two-thirds, they refuse to acknowledge it. But these heathens, it doesn't profit them to keep the law, statutes, and commandments at this time. Right? I wonder if I'm saying that correct. I will retract that statement. It says, for all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. Right? We see that don't have pleasure in keeping the laws. Right? Because they see benefit without keeping the laws, because this is their kingdom. Right? But really and truly, they are being destroyed. They are being destroyed. Right? Because not keeping the land Sabbath is causing what? A famine. Right? Poisoning the air and the waters that you drink. You're killing your own self. But really actually keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you would benefit. And in the kingdom of heaven, they would be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. If they do not, we bash them over the head with a rod of iron, as the scripture said. Right? But hey, Shalom, y'all, but you know, Shai Barakatah.
They even go to towards 2 because it said for all things are not profitable for all men. The truth. They don't see the truth profitable to them. You understand? You don't see it. Right? Let's continue back in Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 17. He said, what fellowship had the wolf with the lamb? So the sinners with the godly. You understand? So the wolf and the lamb, they don't dwell together. There's racism right there. He said, he said, what agreement is between the hyena and the dog? So hyena and dog, they don't move together. They don't move together. They keep to themselves. That's racism. They keep to themselves. Right? He said, and what peace between the rich and the poor? Yeah, the poor is Jacob and the rich is Esau. So telling you, whoa. Hey, what peace are between Esau and Jacob? Have none. You understand? Have none. Right? He said, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. You understand? So you gotta be racist to these devils. You gotta love your nation, above these devils. Because the Most High love his inheritance above all the other. Above all is other creation that he create. You understand? The Most High created his other nation, and he choose what? He choose Israel above all of them. So there's racism right there. You understand? Shalom, Makia, Bashim, Yawashai, Bashim, Rakakadash.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yahweh, Masha, Bashim, Kakatash, Brakatam.
Yeah, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? No, we agree as a nation that the law, statutes, and commandments are for us. I mean, the elected nation, we agree the law, statutes, and commandments are for us. They're not for the other nations. When I say us, the true Israelites, the 12 tribes. Right? But these other nations, they're going to have to keep them in the kingdom. We're going to enforce it. We're going to be judges and rulers over them, enforcing these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because these things, these laws, statutes, and commandments is the true righteousness. Right? Not these laws that the so-called white man have us going by. Right? Where homosexuals have rights. Right? They have equal rights with a heterosexual. Right? A bigger lesbian person committing pedophilia and bestiality. They have rights. According to the Most High, you put these people to death because they bring forth the seed of corruption and confusion. And this is what we're in. Corruption and confusion. Look around. Everything that they see. As the fruits of Esau and their laws. Right? And as the fruits of what? Of bringing all these nations together. Because when you bring all these nations together, you have to appease all these nations. So the Edomites and the Hamites, they love what? Homosexuality. The Chinese and the East Indians or the Japanese, they into what? Into eating all manner of creatures. You understand? So the food is corrupt, the philosophy is corrupt, the garments are corrupt, the water is corrupt, everything is corrupt. So the Most High has to separate us, give us the things to make us special. We have the special source, the secret source. Right? We have the secret source, and that's the script. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. And we're going to have it
Con.
written in our fleshly, spiritual hearts, right? We're going to be programmed correct, and these other nations, they're going to be ruled over, right? We're going to bash you over your head. We're going to correct you like a wicked child or a naughty child, right? When you go off, we're going to bash you over your head with that scepter, right? When you think it evil thoughts, we're going to be able to read your mind, right? And correct you immediately. Well,
You can fuck you heathens up. Straight.
straight.
This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which is lost. Hey, this is a racist statement. It's only one nation lost. So the Son of Man comes to save that which is lost. So let me see who lost. Right, this is Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. He said, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, who are the Israelites. So the Messiah was sent unto the house of Israel. Father sending unto the house of Israel. There's two definitions of being racist. Understand? Understand words.
Yeah, hey, this is verse Matthew 1 and 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
His.
Like being raised today.
His is a possessive pronoun. His people. Possessive pronoun. His. The key word is his.
Can.
You understand? Not everybody is his people. They're his people.
So you know, hey, that is like a favoritism, you know, his people. As in, when Isa do, Isa is only for he people. Beside me. You know, so hey, Isa know the weakness that basically what he just be doing. Because this man is the devil, this man is the deceiver. So you know, hey, Isa just kind of keep Jakes down. But, you know, as being main men of the Most High, hey, they gonna be wise to these things.
Every flesh.
So that's why, hey, you could come out here, hey, study to show yourself approved, you know, so hey, and you could come out and teach. Because you know, two-thirds of all people are going to be out there to look up the whole police.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey, just like how you was once in the war, you know, something might get one, and they'll see the outside, you know, that hey, in here yet or in belief yet, but they can click these sometime or another.
Yeah, the scripture say all flesh. The scripture say all flesh consorted to his kind. That's natural mystic, natural nature itself. You understand? And these, as the Barra said earlier, these are the nations they keep to themselves.
Yeah, you can.
They keep to themselves. It's only Jakes.
That's true.
It's only Jakes want to be wrong. These nations keep to look at the so-called white man in this country. Who call themselves Syrians? You're not no Syrians, you are Edomites. Right? Look at them. They keep to themselves. Look at the Hamites. They keep to themselves. Look at Elam. Then by the front Elam is come up with, you know, you got two little Jake friend in line with them. And about that. Here around Jake because either Jake doing something for you or eating off of Jake. You understand?
Hey, God, that's true. Them only for their kind.
Yeah, look at Moab. He don't mix. But you see, our people spiritually blind. So they can't see these things. They can't look and see these things. And the worst blindness I have is a spiritual blindness. You understand?
I don't know if you remember because we had that video. But this woman, I think she's a lawyer. She went into the law and she researched it and she saw that in the U.S. Constitution, Jake is there's a reason why the police keep shooting on Jake. They he's not considered a man, right? He's not considered a man, and all
As
this
a
is
citizen.
as a citizen.
Yeah.
All this is what the Edomites do to separate themselves from us, right? They separated themselves from us. And you say this, they will cry and call racism on you, but they separate themselves. As you were saying, you're saying, look at the Syrians in this country. The Syrians, the so-called Syrians, which some of them are Edomites. They take themselves to the hills. They have the money to do so. They go and they cut down the hills. They make roads going up to the top of the hills, and that's where they live. They oversee everything, like the overseer, right? The master upon the house, right?
God.
There was a video where the chief Anthony Bourdain, what he did, he came down to Trinidad and the Syrians, and they built this massive tower down in the west side, you know. And all things spiritual too, because the wicked, they go to the west. West is left, right? And you check on from the east is right, right? The one in the west, they build the towers and they stand up there and they say, it was boosted and turning Anthony Bourdain. They say, look at this. They say, yeah, it reminds them of what? Beirut. You know, Beirut back in their homeland. You know, they overshadowing, they overlooking what they control, because guess what? They are the minority yet still. They control the whole of the island. Right? But nevertheless, let's have this precept as I digress for losing my train of thought. This is Sirach 33 and Asatna 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge, the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. So you have more bites that into cannibalism, right? You have more bites that into eating dog, into eating cockroaches and rats. And the brother show us what rat wine. They have rat wine. They have different creatures. They have soaking in alcohol as aphrodisiacs. The Most High made you more intelligent than these creatures, right? But you have to have you have to put these insects, centipedes, millipedes, snakes, rats, to drink them to get your boy up. Then you crazy. The Most High say he created medicines out of the created herbs. The herbs, you take the herb called yohimbe. You have increased in testosterone. You have an increase in your manliness and your vigor. You know, you get that from the herbs. You don't get that from creatures. But these people don't know that, right? He made their ways diverse, right? Up in this 2018, you don't know that what the hell, cannibalism, what the hell? Moabite chopping up young girls and I see them dissecting girls and things and filleting them and eating them. You know, it's crazy, right? Don't talk about what Ham doing, right? Some of them had he blessed and exalted, some of them had he sanctified and set near unto himself, and as the nation of Israel. He blessed and exalted the nation of Israel. How he do that? By giving us the secret source, which is what? The law, statutes, and commandments. These other nations he had not dealt so. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. It says, that's racism, hardcore racism, playing and out of the box, and we saying it. Oh, we are his mouthpiece, we saying it. Right? But Esau's acting as though it's not so. He's doing it, and when you say it, he's demonizing you. Esau is the devil. It says, but some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. It says, as the clay is in a potter's hand, and who's the potter? Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai, right? To fashion it at his pleasure, because he gave Yahushai the commandment on how to do it, the blueprint on how to do it. And Yahushai, he created the 144,000, the elect and the angels, and they went forth and they did it, right? As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render them as he liketh, as liketh him best, right? So it's in his hand. He is the almighty power, and nothing you can fathom. You cannot fathom. The scripture says, the Lord said, my ways are higher than your ways, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, right? So the Most High, he chose a nation and he made them exalted, because what is about the rulers and the subordinates, right? The nation of Israel, we're going to rule, right? When you're watching these eclectic movies about the king up in the castle, with the members of his council, right? His soldiers, his knights, and what everybody else living, but underneath the rulership of a king that was coming back. That was coming back. The kingdom of heaven, head by Yahweh Shai, King David, right? The 144,000, the elect, the angels, right? The nation of Israel over all the other races, all 17 other races, right? You're going to be subordinate. Racism coming back in a hardcore state. The choice elect race is the nation of Israel, right? The choice elect ethnicity is the nation of Israel. Go ahead,
I will speak.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Shalom. That's why the scripture in Romans 9:13, which say, the most I love Jacob and hate Esau. Right? That's hey. The most I have hate people, so that is racism there. The most I have favorite, because scripture is Genesis when it say when the Most High divided the nation, he gave Israel like Esau. Huh?
The time when the Most High divided the nation is Deuteronomy.
Yeah, you can. You get a scripture from my
Can.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8 says, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Hey, you can. So, hey, the Most High gave Israel a garden, so hey, that's favoritism right there.
Verse 9 says, for the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the Lord of his inheritance. Right there shows you the Most High, out of all these nations, he only chose what? Jacob. He only chose Yasharallah and none else. This Isaiah chapter 43, instead of verse 3 says, for the Lord, this Isaiah chapter 43, verse 3 says, for I am the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, thy power, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Syria for thee, since thou wast precious in my sight. Thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give man for thee, and people for thy life. This shows you clearly that we're not all the same. We're not on the same level.
Right.
But due to our transgression, as a whole nation, we have found ourselves in this very low state. And the Most High right now, by his mercy, he's still showing that love that he showed upon us. He does not change. And now, right now, the problem is what? The majority of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you Israelites, you still looking, you're what? You've forgotten your resting place. And since you've forgotten your resting place, you no longer know who you are. And you disregarding the importance and the significance of our existence as a nation. We are above these nations. We were created to rule over these nations.
Can. But hey, because due to we sin, hey, we are the bottom. So, hey, the men of the Lord right now, we wake up right now, basically, hey, we are to confess our sins, like, hey, we fucked up. That's why we on this side right now, right? Because, hey, when you do think about it, remember, hey, 2/3 of our people just wicked as hell, right? They deserve that when you do think about it, because they're wicked as fuck, right? You see Jakes how they doing a whole bunch of crap that they ain't really supposed to be doing. Hey, they lost their fucking mind. Beside they blinded all out, right? But we out there now as men just trying to wake up. Hey, the elect, we just trying to wake up the elect so that we could get the fuck out of here. Because I check the white man Esau is the devil. Esau is really the devil, huh? You understand? Esau, hey, Esau out in this system. Esau created his system, you know, just to oppress Jakes. You see, man? That's why he just want Jakes to be in that docile, lost kind of way.
There's racism Esau showing right there.
You see, man? So
Esau's system is to protect his people. To have his people on top. There's racism.
White supremacy. White supremacy.
And what Esau is do, right? Like, what Esau is do, you know? That is to show you because they're watching these news, right? And you're reading these newspapers and things what Esau is do, right? It's like mostly when watching these news in Babylon, America, there, right? What they show you? That Esau is a man, a separation because if you see a Jake out in the street, right? Well, hey, a Jake, among them, they Edomite me, with them Edomite cops and them, right? Hey, they's rushing down Jakes and don't show no mercy on them. Let me just look to kill them. Right? Because they consider themselves as a separation. Hey, well, let's separate from me. There's what wrong at you like fucking dogs. You know? Just why in Psalms. Hey,
there's another topic there. There's another character of Esau. There's Esau showing the hate now.
You see, so these things blend up in one arc. Yeah. You know? That's why, hey, we had a study. Yeah, we had to go into words. It's like, hey, that's why David was crying out. When David said, dogs have come past me. You know, hey. When David was crying out to the Most High, said, dogs have come past me. These fucking other nation come past you, You know, you check out Esau. Esau sly, you know. Esau fucking sly,
Yeah, that's how the Most High make his subtitle.
It's like Esau sly. Let's see if I get a scripture. This phone does more kind of slow.
Where's the scripture? Read it out here.
When the scripture say snake light in the sun. Yeah, snake. It goes something like snake light in the sun, right? Like sin. Or sin light in the sun, like snake. Either one. It goes some way like that. I think it's in Ecclesiastes, the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha.
Akim say another one? Snake light in the sun?
Nah.
It's a French guy. Like sin. Keeping guy in meanwhile, yeah, just trying to say like, hey, you know, Esau is a very sly, wicked man, as the scripture say. You know, he's a serpent. A serpent is a very, I can't now read out earlier, you know. A serpent is a sly thing. That is Esau. Esau is a very sly man. You know, like the scripture in Deuteronomy 28, when it say, hey, the Most High can bring a nation from far, right? That the tongue you don't understand. It's like me, so Esau, hey, Esau use a free advantage because, hey, you know, Jake, after, you see, racism, that's why when you go into one word, it leads you straight back. So this best why it's good to research this thing because, hey, by doing this thing, you get better because Esau so sly. Esau high words, remember this is English language, you know, right? So, you know, when reading the English version of the Bible, you have to go back into basically, hey, the Greek, Latin, the Greek, the Hebrew language, you know, hey, to get better understanding or better meaning of the word, so you can basically try to understand what it means. It's like Markham, so hey, Esau is a very sly man, right? So Esau basically high words within words, and then hey, Esau just just down to oppress Jakes. Because racism, when you think about racism, then there's a bad thing, right? You know, like, hey, these devil just put racism, like, hey, it's such a very bad thing. But racism ain't bad.
That's why Esau is a hypocrite.
Hey, can
I think I got that precept in Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 2 says, "Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof
Hey,
are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men."
can. Hey, Slaki, read back that scripture there one time for me again.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 2 says, "Flee from sin as the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near to it, it will bite thee. The teeth
Hey,
thereof
can
are as the
Slaki,
teeth
I could
of
just
a..."
speak there. Hey, can yeah. The scripture say we now read it. It says, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, right? For if thou comest near to it, it will bite thee. Hey, hey, sin is transgression of the law, right? Remember the law was given unto Jacob and not Esau, right? So, those are sin that came, hey, that's why we have to go deep into these words, right? Because then check out Esau right now. Esau know where basically, hey, we are the chosen people of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? Esau know us, but Esau don't know well, hey, in this time, that's why the scripture say, hey, when Yahweh Shai says, so who will stand up for you? We being, we're watching things right now in this world here right now, right? You had to watch it physically, plus you had to watch it spiritually too, right? You can't just watch things physically alone on basically where I see, right? You gotta try and watch beyond that, So hey, Esau, remember the scripture say Esau, hey, remember right back in Ecclesiastes 21 and 2, flee from sin as the face of the serpent, right? Remember the law was given to we, right? So right now, and wasn't given to Esau. Esau know the book, or know certain things in the book. So he basically tried to use it, hey, to oppress our people more and more, right? Like, hey, Esau don't know well. Hey, here is the scene. You see pork? Hey, that fuckers ain't supposed to eat pork, If you give them pork, right? What they gonna do? Here is the scene we're gonna do, right? They gonna fucking transgress the law, right? And the more they transgress the law, it's better for we. But hey, what the scripture say? Esau yet have for a short time, right? But so Esau basically trying to pound you, right?
So
So
like,
that's why the people basically just can't see this truth, right? That's why they're saying that the docile kind of state, right? So that's why when we read it, you go back into the words, go back into the etymology of the word, you try to get a better understanding of the word. Because what I was saying, right? Remember Esau don't know it, hey, the law was given unto us. What Esau do? He defile everything, right?
so like,
He
yeah,
defile everything. Yeah, go
um,
ahead.
I would like for it, but I have to just finish up and then I have some things to bring out, Baba Kusha.
Hey,
Finish up
can.
your piece, please, but I have,
Or there's 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2 says, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are you not unworthy to judge the smallest matter? Look, right there the scripture is telling you, look, the saints, which are the Israelites, are going to judge the world. Meaning, what you nations, you're going to be under our what? Under our rulership, under Yahweh Shai. There's no way,
Hey,
there's
can.
no other way around this. When the kingdom finally gets established, you all going to be under us. We are the saints right now. And these things that we're bringing out through the scriptures by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, these are the small matters that we're bringing out here. But the execution of the ultimate judgment is going to start when Yahweh Shai appears.
Can we gonna be racist towards you fucking heathens?
That's right.
Can.
Just going back real quick
Can.
on what Agan was saying there just now. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornications. So you're talking about Esau having us eating pork and all these different things, because it goes back to the what? Balak and Balaam, right?
Can.
The Most High, he told him what the Most High wouldn't deal with us. You can't curse who the Most High bless, but he wouldn't deal with us if he keep us in abomination. So that's what all these nations have, because when you go back to Psalms 73, it says the nations are confederate against us to keep us from being a nation, right? And the nation, we are the nation, what the scripture call us, a nation not desired, right? not Psalm 73, sorry, Psalm 83. It says Psalm 83, verse 2. Although thy enemies have made a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So you see, this tells us, and hey, this is the only truth on the planet, that these other nations, they hate us nevertheless. Right?
Man.
It says, they that hate thee have lifted up their head. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and have consulted against thy hidden ones, and they have said, come let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. So that's what that is that we're in right now, except for the remnant. Except for the remnant, because the remnant not in that state. When you walk out the door and you see Jake tattooed down from head to toe. Right? Long time used to be you might see a tattoo on the hand, a tattoo on the leg, a tattoo on the shoulder, on the back, but no, Jake tattooed down from the head to the toe. Look at the way named Takashi 69. Some of these idiots, you know.
Them is Grecians.
You understand?
Them is Grecians. Them hella nice.
Yeah, but
today we can say what the westernized.
Right. His skin is what I coloring book. That's how
Yeah,
most of
cartel. Yeah, vibes cartel.
He's not at all in the thoughts. Israel do consider. Right? But hey, this is because the nations, well, ultimately because we broke his laws, statutes, and commandments, but the nations help but all the affliction. They bring us down to nothing. Down to nothing. And it's by force, not by want, but by force. Right? So I just wanted to prove that Esau is a hypocrite. And most I say in Job 59, 15 was I think it was 34 and 35, that the tabernacles of the hypocrite is going to be destroyed with fire. Right? Let me just share the screen real quick, because these are the atrocities that these nations do. Predominantly Esau. To who? To Jake. Right? You'll see the screen, right?
Yeah.
This is Dr. J. Marion Sim. Right? I'm not public. This video is just 2 minutes, so we can just take in this video. Right? He's responsible for the modern day gynecology. And I want you to hear what one of the supporters of this man, right? Because there's, well, I'll just play this video.
It was an early morning strike. The statue of Dr. Marion Sims pointed out the back of a park department truck. Sims lives in his choice porch at 135th Avenue. After many of the Glasgow's Ambulance Commission determined the good that he did, he was known as the father of gynecology, the inventor of the spectrum for female exams, was outraged by the bad. He performed experimental surgery on female footage without anesthesia.
He performed experimental surgery on female slaves without anesthesia. Right? You go into it because what? When he was doing that thing, right? He had 2 or 3 doctors hold down slaves. So basically it was rape. Right? It was rape.
Even after Sims was carted off.
He was the father of American obstetrics. Okay? Their whole reasoning is that he operated on 12 slave women. Well, he was a doctor in 1835 Birmingham, Alabama. What else was he supposed to do? Not operate on...
You heard that? You all heard that?
Yeah. Justifying the wickedness.
You hear how proud he is?
Yeah.
No repentance.
Alabama. What else was he supposed to do? Not operate on it? Operated on 12 slave women. Well, he was a doctor in 1845 Birmingham, Alabama. What else was he supposed to do?
I'm thrilled.
Right? So that's just one. That's the point right there. Now what's this? Look at this. This is racism, and he's just
Salakia.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah.
Can you backtrack a little bit? I got a precept.
Okay, their whole...
Listen.
12 slave women. Well, he was a doctor in 1845 Birmingham, Alabama. What else was he supposed to do? Not operate
I
on
gotta
them?
pick that.
Go ahead.
Because he says, what was he supposed to do? These are Proverbs chapter 21, verse 13. Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. You see,
Uh,
he's going to reap the rewards very soon. The Most High is never mocked. Yeah. The Most High, he is never mocked. You're going to cry soon, very soon, Esau, and you're going to cry the loudest out of all the nations.
Hey,
You're
and
going
we
to
know,
cry the loudest.
like we know he's a bitch. So he cried as Cain. He cried as Cain, oh, I'm going to be a vagabond, and anybody that see me going to slay me. And he cried as Esau when he lost his blessing. You understand? So you're quite correct. After he's going to weep like a bitch. Right? Look at the next video.
10 racist medical experiments. Number 10. The Tuskegee syphilis study. As if having an STD in 1972, the U.S. government denied 400 African-American men treatment for the deadly disease syphilis as part of a racist medical experiment. Known as the Tuskegee syphilis study, it is notorious for being one of the most prolonged and knowingly unethical medical experiments in America's recent history. The study involved observing 4 uneducated African-American men who had been diagnosed with syphilis in order to see whether the disease affected black men differently than men.
No, they said whether they were affected. No, there wasn't just infected with the disease. They gave them the disease. They gave them the disease unknowingly. Right? They didn't know that they was going to get it.
For the duration of the study, the participants weren't exposed to the nature of their disease and were offered placebos as treatments, even though by 1947 penicillin had become a standard cure for the disease. The study only came to an end when journalists was still alive, with more than 1 million having already died of the disease. Number 9. Guatemala STI. It seems that syphilis is a medical experiment, and in 2010, denied that the U.S. government also conducted horrific STD studies in Guatemala during the 1940s. The 2-year study, which involved more than 1,500 unwitting participants, aimed to test whether taking right after sex would prevent the STI. In order to do this, researchers employed syphilis-infected prostitutes and got them to sleep with soldiers, prisoners, and mentally ill patients in an attempt to spread sexually transmitted diseases. If the prostitute didn't have an STI, the doctors would put infectious material on her cervix for the sexual transmission. This method had a low infection rate. Researchers started using increasingly aggressive methods to infect their subjects, directly pouring syphilis bacteria onto their penises, arms, and faces. Meanwhile, other test subjects were forced to drink syphilitic tissue mixed with distilled water. Due to the difficulty in transferring the disease, the study eventually came to an end. The results were never published. Number 8. The father of gynecology.
Guatemala is a Jake nation.
He was once blindly hailed as the father of gynecology, but the 19th century medical experiments of J. Marion Sims are now considered racist. Sims gained fame and fortune after experimenting on enslaved African American women to work out how to repair vesicovaginal fistula. These awful injuries were caused by complications during childbirth, which left tears in women's bladders and caused urine to continually drip from their vaginas. To work out how to with injury, he spent 4 years experimenting on them, repeatedly cutting their vaginas without anesthetic, believing that the blackness of slave women meant they could endure more pain than white women. Being powerless to refute the agonizing experimentation, one slave, Anarcha, was operated on 30 times. By 1852, Sims had perfected the technique to repair fistulas and so began performing the procedure on afflicted white women, notably administering them with anesthesia during the surgery. Number 7. Auschwitz experiments. Among the notorious horrors of Auschwitz concentration camp were the infamous medical experiments against the Jewish prisoners, who were considered subhuman by the Nazi regime. Prisoners were infected with contagious diseases and then used as experimental subjects for pharmaceutical companies like the pharma industry. The resulting side effects were bloody vomiting and painful bloody diarrhea. In addition to forced drug testing, Jewish prisoners found themselves at the mercy of being test subjects for wannabe surgeons. Physicians were infamous for conducting a series of unnecessary and horrific medical experiments on prisoners despite having no surgical experience. These included collapsing the lungs of tuberculosis victims and injecting into the spines of meningitis victims. The true extent of their experiments is unknown, as victims were often executed by lethal injection, an attempt by the Nazis to cover their tracks. Number 6. Edification. Racially driven medical experiments on Jews by Nazi Germany are well documented. But Nazi Germany's desire for an Aryan society actually reached as far as their African colony, German Southwest Africa, now known as Namibia. Decades before the Holocaust, Dr. Eugen Fischer pioneered murderous eugenic practices, using racial pseudoscience about the inferiority of Africans to justify a host of medical experiments. In order to protect the perceived superiority of the Aryan bloodline, Fischer turned his attention to the mixed-race offspring of Africans and Germans. Mixed-race women in Namibia to prevent further unwanted mixed ancestry of future Germans. After joining the Nazi Party, Fischer's ideology was adopted by the German state. 300 mixed-race children were sterilized in local hospitals, and the practice of sterilization even extended to Jewish women in concentration camps. Number 5. The pill. The availability of the birth control pill was the start of the sexual revolution, which has given women control of their bodies like never before. But sadly, this came at the exploitation of Puerto Rican women of color. In 1955, the inventors of the oral contraceptive weren't able to bring the drug to market until they had conducted large-scale human trials to prove that the pill was safe. But to test the drug on American women when a pool of fertile women could be found in America's colony, Puerto Rico. Poor and illiterate women of color were recruited to take part in the largest series of clinical tests. These vulnerable women weren't told that the pill was only in its experimental stages and weren't warned of any potential dangerous side effects. After a year of the trial, the pill was determined to be effective at preventing pregnancy, but 17% of the test subjects suffered debilitating side effects, including vomiting, headaches, and stomach pain. A further 3 women died while taking part in the trial, but their deaths were never investigated. Number 4. The origin of violence. Scientists from Columbia University aimed to answer the age-old question of nature or nurture in 1993, when they experimented on 34 black and Hispanic children in an attempt to discover the genetic origins of violence. The children, all aged between 6 and for the experiment through court records. They were the younger brothers of criminally charged delinquents who came from disruptive. The experiment involved was set their pain levels and determine whether they corresponded with violent tendencies. The investigation has been heavily criticized for the biased racial experiment, putting children at substantial risk, and because the experiment ultimately has no medical benefit. Just